Robin Smith, thanks so much for being with NewsNOW from Fox. Tell us about your experience today as one of Michigan's 16 electors on Electoral College Day.
Well, I tell you, it was a little bit more emotional than what I expected. This morning, I got up and called my mom. I was just kind of feeling a little uneasy about things, a little stressed. And my mom just talked to me about kind of the gravity of the moment. You know, make sure you stay in the moment, that the governor has done everything that she can to make sure that you're safe and secure. And that really helped me. And it really was an awesome day, an awesome experience. It was such an honor to be able to be a delegate and to cast our votes, the Michigan delegates for Joe Biden.
And so how do you even become an elector in the state? What is that process like? You know, how long does it take to become one, or do you get approached by someone? How does that work?
Well, I was elected in our congressional district, which is the 8th district, and it took place back in August. If you're interested in being a delegate, you submit your name. I submitted my name, and one with overwhelming support from my congressional district. I was really excited about that. I serve as the secretary for our 8th congressional district and the vice chair for our Ingham County Dems, but I also am on the State Central Committee and work on the executive with the Michigan Democratic Party. So I'm pretty involved, and it's one of those things that you were just kind of waiting on it to happen, and it just seemed like it kept getting further and further away. And so when the moment was here, I could feel the weight of it.
And so, normally, what is your day job, I guess? How do you, day to day in Michigan there? What do you do?
Well, I'm an educator, and I'm the librarian for our K-8 buildings in Lansing School District. And I'm really excited because this gave me an opportunity after being on the board for Lansing Community College for 13 years, as well as serving on the national board, which is the Association of Community Colleges, had an opportunity to experience President Obama as well as Joe Biden, because they were about college access, and it's a natural tie with educators. So,
and can you kind of explain, your feelings going into today, especially with, a lot of uneasiness for the electors themselves? We've heard reports in several states where the locations of the electors were not going to be announced. From what I understand, the electors there in Michigan, had police escorts today in Lansing. What were you feeling going into that about kind of some of these, threats and, possibly inciting violence from some people on the other side?
Well, it definitely made you feel very cautious, because we had Jocelyn Benson, our Secretary of State, which is our chief election officer, having protests with guns in her front yard. And it definitely made you think about what's going to happen. And I had conversations with my family about if it looked like I needed to go to another location as it got closer to try to protect them, that was what I was willing to do. And it's really unfortunate, because this is something that should have just been ceremonial, but it really became very confrontational, and it's just where our nation is, and it's just really unfortunate. I will say that the Michigan State Police were right there, and so I felt very safe and secure. But driving up to the Capitol, it was just a really somber feeling. And it was because of the resistance that was there, rather than it's the delayed gratification or the delayed excitement that you wanted to be able to experience going in.
Yeah, and do you think for 2024 you might be a delegate, or an elector as well? Do you want to do this again, or was this kind of a one-time experience?
I'd love to do it again, but it's one of those things that's kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think we had one of our delegates that he said he's been a Dem for 70 years, and this was his first time being able to be a delegate. And so it's a very coveted position. It's an honor to be able to do it. And so I'm very glad that I had the experience of being able to do it in 2020. This is definitely an election that we won't forget. And it was an honor to be a part of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining News Now from Fox. That was Robin Smith there, I believe in Lansing, Michigan. I'm from Jackson, Michigan myself. So thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you so much for the interview.
Have a good night.
Well, there you have it. That was Andrew Kraft and Robin Smith breaking down